In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make a conversation heart plushie, with the original pattern being made by Made with a Twist, with a few alterations made by myself. For the original pattern, you use 2 strands of worsted weight yarn at the same time with the 6.5mm crochet hook. But for our version, we're going to use 1 strand of yarn with a 5mm hook. You can use any worsted weight yarn, so a medium size 4. I'll be using a Red Heart Super Saver yarn for this pattern. There will also be multiple abbreviations you'll see throughout the pattern, and as we hit those spots, I will explain what they mean while we're going through the pattern. To get started, we're going to make a slip knot for our very first step. So I have the yarn in my hand like this. I make a lasso here, and I want this top piece to go through the hole. So I'm going to stick my fingers through there and pull up that loop without letting this tail go all the way through to make a slip knot. You should be able to pull on that tail and tighten it up if you've done it correctly. So moving on from here, I'm going to insert my hook through the top of that loop, and we're going to chain 4 to get our foundation chain. Double check your tension and make sure you're not pulling too tightly right here or leaving it too loose. I pinch down at the bottom to wrap my yarn around and pull it through 1. Wrap it around again for 2 and 3 and 4. That'll make our starting foundation chain of 4. From there, we're moving on to step 1. If you're looking at the written pattern, you'll see number 1 is SC, which stands for single crochet, which is written up top for you. So we're going to single crochet in the second stitch from your hook and in the next 3. So you'll end up with a total of 3 stitches on your first full row. What that looks like with your yarn is we skip this first one right here. So we're skipping our first stitch from the hook, and we will single crochet in 1, 2, 3 for that first row. For our single crochet, you're going to insert your hook under just the top part of that chain. You'll wrap your yarn around away from you, pinching down your chain to make sure it doesn't twist, and pull that yarn up so that you have 2 loops on your hook. From there, you wrap that yarn around again, pinching at the bottom and pulling through, and you've completed your first single crochet. From there, we'll go directly into the next chain. So I'm going to insert my hook through that top little loop right there, grab my yarn, pull it up, wrap my yarn, and pull it through again to make my second single crochet. And one more time through this last stitch here. So I insert, grab that yarn, pull it up, wrap around, and pull through both of those loops. If this part right here is a little bit loose, you can just kind of give your tail a little tug and right here a little tug to make it a little tighter. And you'll know if you have it right by looking at the top of your first row, and you'll see 3 sets of V's. So here's my first set here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, which ends up making 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3. At the end of every single row in this pattern, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. So what that looks like is wrapping the yarn around, pulling it through to make your chain 1. Then I'm sending my work around the other direction so that I can work this way, which would be the opposite from row 1.